Namaskar. Welcome to the second session of Hindu law in the Law for All series. In the first session, we have discussed the essential ingredients of a valid marriage. Today, we are going to discuss the consequential right, that is, right of cohabitation. Right of cohabitation is termed as conjugal right in the legal field. Conjugal rights are the right to reside together, right to cohabit together, which is available to the husband as well as wife also. We all know in India, marriage is considered as a most sacred ceremony. Therefore, husband as well as wife are having various hopes, desires regarding their marital life. But sometimes the things doesn't go smoothly, and parties to the marriage, that is husband and wife, there are quarrels in between them. There are disagreements between them. If it continues for long period, then the ultimate result would be the divorce decrees. Divorce is not lost to the individual only, it is lost to the society as well. But when one of the spouse feels that the issues on which the quarrels are going on are not so vital issues, they are not so serious, then in such cases, the spouse who feels like that, that is either husband or wife, can file an application for restitution of conjugal rights before the courts of law. As such, the provision embedded under Section 9 of the Hindu Marriage Act provides an opportunity to the husband as well as wife to settle the disputes amicably between themselves. It is an opportunity to have a good start, a better start than the earlier one, to lead a happy married life. Therefore, it serves a social purpose also because it is an aid for prohibition of breaking up of the marriages. Normally, it is expected that after marriage, husband and wife are residing together, they are cohabiting with one another. But under certain circumstances, it is not possible for one of the spouse. Then he or she leaves the company of the other. He has withdrawn himself from the society of the other spouse. Then in such cases, the aggrieved party can file an application for restitution of conjugal rights before the courts of law. And in such cases, it is for the courts to decide whether the circumstances under which the non-applicant has left the company of the applicant are reasonable one or not. Once the petition for restitution of conjugal rights is filed before the courts of law, then the petitioner has to prove before the court two things. Number one, that he is having bona fide desire and he is seeking the company of the respondent to live a happy married life. Secondly, he has to prove that the respondent has left the company of the petitioner without any reasonable cause. And if the court is satisfied on both these issues, then the court can pass the order of restitution of conjugal rights. And court may order that respondent to join the company of the petitioner. If the orders are not complied with, what is the remedy? The remedy is provided under Order 21 Rule 32 of the Civil Procedure Code. It provides for attachment of the property, detention in civil prison, or both. Again, furthermore, if the orders are not complied for 1 year from the date of decree of the restitution of conjugal rights, then it is a good ground for the divorce also. Section 13 speaks specifically about this. The right which is provided under Section 9 of the Hindu Marriage Act is available to husband and wife both. That means husband and wife both can file an application for restitution of conjugal rights before the courts of law. There are three conditions which must be fulfilled before filing such application. Number one, husband and wife are not residing together. They are not cohabiting with one another. Secondly, one of the spouse has left the company of the other spouse without any reasonable cause. Thirdly, the aggrieved party filed an application before the courts of law for seeking direction that the other spouse who has left the company of the petitioner must rejoin him and they must lead a happy married life. In such cases, then and then only court can pass the decree for restitution of conjugal rights. Such applications to be filed for restitution of conjugal rights before the district court or the family court. The territorial jurisdiction for filing such applications are twofold. That means such applications can be filed before the courts in whose jurisdiction the marriage took place. Secondly, such applications for restitution of conjugal rights can be filed before the courts where husband and wife lastly resided together. The burden of proving the fact that the respondent has left the company of the petitioner without any reasonable cause lies always upon the petitioner. That means he has firstly proved before the court that the respondent has left the company of the petitioner without any reasonable cause. If he successfully proves this fact before the court, then the burden shifts on the respondent. That means the respondent has to prove before the court that he has left the company of the petitioner for a reasonable ground, on a reasonable ground. After considering both these issues, court can pass the order for either for allowing the petition or dismissing the petition. The foremost aspect for during pendency of the petition of restitution of conjugal rights, whether wife can claim maintenance or not. Yes, wife can claim maintenance during this period. Therefore, husband is bound to pay maintenance during the period for which the petitions are pending before the courts of law. As such, we have discussed various aspects of Hindu Marriage Act under Section 9 regarding restitution of conjugal rights. Thank you very much.